just called for Hillary to be arrested immediately. Do you agree with him? By the conservative Jew for RWNofficial.com. This language is a bit extreme, but I think we can all relate to what is being said. Former FBI Assistant Director James Kallstrom is telling some harsh truths about what really should be done with Hillary Clinton, and he isn't playing around. Kallstrom had no issue whatsoever going on national media and telling it like it is. He confirmed that if Hillary Clinton would have done everything she did with her own private server back in during World War II, she would have been faced the firing squad like many others did back then for crimes a lot less grave than the one she committed. Yup, although Democrats and the left-wing media constantly try to convince us that it's no big deal when Hillary had a home-based private server installed in her own home guest bathroom of her private residence and intentionally used it, emailing out nationals most classified documents. This was a crime worthy of treason, and it needs prosecution to the fullest extent of the law. When Hillary made the decision to run off a private server, she had no way of securing classified documents, and it's basically the same thing as just handing our enemies our national secrets. This is considered treason, and Kallstrom is 100% correct to call her out on this. In fact, instead of investigating President Trump on made-up talking points, charges Hillary is the one who should be investigated, and the former FBI Assistant Director is 100% correct. Hillary's crimes were intentional and well thought out. They went against the better interests of the American people and our nation, and she needs to be tried under a court of law. And although we don't use firing squads anymore, prison time would be just as great in this case, if only to provide justice is indeed blind. Here is more on the double standard via the American Thinker. Missing from the leaked list of questions, Special Counsel Robert Mueller is said to want to ask President Trump, and the classic one, when did you stop beating your wife? What? This is how farcical Mueller's witch hunt has become. A list of questions that could have been written by a failing first-year law student, amounting to the same perjury trap that got Martha Stewart, Scooter Libby, and Michael Flynn. He actually asked that question? Is he nuts? Again, what's the crime? Collusion is not a crime, and the only proven collusion is among the Clinton campaign, the DNC, a British spy working with Russian sources, yet President Trump's legal team has been threatened with a grand jury subpoena. The office and residence of his lawyer, Michael Cohen, has been raided, while Mueller and Team Trump negotiate the terms of entrapment. Team Trump should consider demanding from Mueller the same deal Hillary Clinton got, including the writing of an exoneration memo before the interview. The interview should be on the Friday of a holiday weekend. Hillary's was on July 2nd. There should be no notes taken and no recordings or transcripts made. The interview should not be under oath, and Mueller should not attend, as Comey did not attend Hillary's. I mean, isn't it a crock how much corruption has taken place? Trump should insist on an interview limited to just 2 hours, at which staff members, past and current, can be present, like Mike Flynn, Carter Page, and Paul Manafort. They should be given immunity deals, as well as were the likes of Cheryl Mills at Hillary's interview. His interviewer should be as pro-Trump as Peter Strzok, who conducted Hillary's interview, was pro-Clinton. He should be allowed to say, "I don't recall," or its equivalent 39 times, as Hillary did. Prior to the interview, Mueller should have a press conference listing the charges against Trump and then exonerate him, explaining why no reasonable prosecutor, which Mueller is not, would take the case. At least this time, this would be a true statement. Mueller pursues Trump without a crime in violation of the special counsel statute. Comey acted as a Hillary staffer, ignoring the most obvious and real crimes, such as mishandling classified information and destroying evidence under subpoena. Wasn't having a private server that contained classified information, having multiple devices that were later physically smashed, and using BleachBit to destroy 33,000 emails that were under subpoena sufficient evidence of intent? You'd think. Only a corrupt and complicit FBI director acting as Hillary Clinton's surrogate campaign manager, who months earlier had decided he would exonerate her, could ignore the damaging evidence. As FBI director last year, James Comey began writing drafts of a statement exonerating Hillary Clinton even before all witnesses in the investigation, including Clinton herself, had been interviewed. The Senate Judiciary Committee obtained the Comey memos as part of its investigation into his firing by President Trump, which occurred on May 9th. The revelation that Comey had begun drafting memos of his exoneration statement comes from transcripts of interviews given last fall by two FBI officials. James Rybicki, Comey's chief of staff, and Tricia Anderson, the principal deputy general counsel of national security and cyber law at the FBI, gave the interviews as part of an investigation conducted by the Office of Special Counsel into the FBI's handling of the Clinton email investigation. In a July 5, 2016 press conference, Comey said that he would not be recommending charges against Clinton for mishandling classified information, despite her use of a private email server as Secretary of State. While the transcripts of those interviews are heavily redacted, they indicate that Comey started working on an announcement clearing Clinton in April or May of last year, before the FBI interviewed 17 witnesses in the case, including Clinton and some of her top aides. It's almost laughable at this point. Having already decided that he would exonerate her regardless of the evidence, explains why he did not attend the July 2nd, 2016 interview of Hillary Clinton and didn't put her under oath, and he did not even impanel a grand jury in the, there's that word again, matter. The fix was in. Unlike Hillary Clinton, who put our national security at risk in order to hide pay-for-play collusion with Clinton Foundation donors, and who allowed the sale of 20% of our uranium to Russian interests, Trump has done everything to hurt Russian interests, from arming Ukraine, imposing stiff sanctions, striking Syria, and boosting American energy, to rebuilding the American military. Yet, Hillary was given a free ride, unlike Christian Saucier, who was imprisoned for taking 6 photos of his submarine for his personal memory book. He was not a spy for a foreign power. He had no intent to coin a phrase to do anything with these photos except keep them as personal memories of his proud and honorable service. You know, it's time for these double standards to end. Trump's interview should be conducted under the same terms and conditions as Hillary's, or it should not take place at all, and I go with the latter. I wouldn't even acknowledge that Mueller is worthy of anything from Trump at all until Mueller finds an actual crime to investigate. He can find that just by looking in the mirror. Absolutely, he should look in the mirror and take a look at the rest of the crap that's been going on. I mean, I wouldn't even, I would just shut Mueller down. I wouldn't even allow for this to even, even be on the table with Mueller. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.